keep talking.
All right.
All right.
I can do some old stuff from choir days. Minamana me.
What else they do? I've heard a couple of those before.
I can't remember. It was like 8th grade.
Me.
Me.
I mean, that's correct, though, right?
Yep.
You do that kind of stuff. All right, we're feeling good. I'm confident with your levels. Keep, say something else.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. CrossFit.
Yep.
Well, it's just really, I'm watching where you're hitting here
Oh, okay.
to see if you're too loud.
Is it
too
is
soft.
mine
comfortable?
red?
Or do you need
Yeah,
to
you're-
sit
No, I'm
back? Are you
comfortable.
good?
I'm fine.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Ugh.
That sounds great on a mic.
Yep.
Or so typically how we get started is, I'll tell you this. If there's something you don't want to talk about and you're like, nah, you can just say that. That's fine.
Okay.
Obviously, right?
You look like an open book to me.
Pretty much.
That's what,
All right. So I'm going to give you some background, Jake, because you don't know Lee that well. I don't know. Let's be honest. I don't know Jake or Lee that well either.
I'm not an open book.
you're not.
No.
See, I don't know him at all.
See.
Well, you can turn my page.
There we go.
All I know is I've talked to him in the gym. He's down to earth, and I like him.
Yeah.
That's what I
So Lee Meador, natural funny man.
No.
Yeah, you are. Not even on purpose. That's what's funny about it, I think. Maybe no, it's on purpose. A little bit on purpose, yeah.
Somewhat.
Fun dad. So there's a few things I view about you, Lee. One, you're naturally a funny guy, and I don't take anything you say seriously.
I don't blame you.
Two,
I don't take myself serious. So.
yeah, right. Well, if you take yourself too serious, then it's not.
I mean, serious enough.
Yeah. Two, you're the fun dad. I look at a lot of dads. I'm like, this guy's the fun dad for sure. Three, you're a hard worker. You grind to make money for sure, without a doubt. So obviously other things, but those are three things quickly, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
You throw out there that I like about you. That I'm like, all right, leave these things. So
He doesn't ever talk to me like that. He doesn't tell me what he likes about me.
I don't tell him anything I like about him, except for the fact that I think he rants like Dr. Phil.
What are you thinking?
Yeah.
He sent me a video yesterday of him getting a pedicure.
Oh, man.
watching
Dude, I
doc-
love pedicures, though.
Right?
I mean,
he's-
I've only had one.
He's watching Dr. Phil. So it was
You were watching Dr. Phil?
It was on
Getting a
TV.
pedicure?
It was
so I was
on
like,
the-
Oh, I
I
thought
just
on your
filmed it, and I
phone.
was like,
Yeah.
there you go.
No, he's sitting there. He's sitting there getting a pedicure, and he videos his feet, and then all of a sudden he's like, Dr. Phil's on the TV, and I was like,
Did you laugh or no?
Absolutely.
Where'd you get your pedicure?
The one here in Lake Jackson.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called.
Is it Tony's or something? Is that one
By
of the places?
Academy.
I've heard of that place.
That's Tony's Day Spa, right? By Academy.
You've heard about that place? Is it in a bad way or what?
Uh-oh.
What?
NSFW.
Not safe for work or podcast.
Wow.
I'll have my brother tell you the story.
Oh, no.
Man, I feel like it's almost probably every one of them, though, if that's something that's...
Probably. I mean, ask Deshaun Watson.
Oh, no, stop. Oh, no, stop. All right. This guy.
So you like
anyway.
pedicures?
I've only had one. It was in Dallas. When was it? So I was going to Boston 2 years ago for work, and I had everything lined out. I was supposed to land at 3, go on a Fenway tour around 4:45, meet up with a buddy, go eat down at the harbor and all this stuff. Well, my first flight was delayed 2 hours. I ended up going to 5 airports that day. I got to Boston at 3 a.m.
Oh, no. Wow.
And the course I was going to started at 7 the next morning. So,
Dude.
of course, I didn't get there till 10.
Yeah.
And, but I had a 5-hour layover in Dallas in the middle of all this.
Layovers are terrible, man.
Yeah, especially in Dallas.
You're right.
It's I'm just right north of where I took off.
Yeah, literally.
And so,
1 hour flight, maybe.
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah, I just flew it the other day. I fly it all the time now.
Yeah.
But I had 5 hours, and I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here for 5 hours. That's stupid. So I was like, I guess I'll get a pedicure. I've never had one.
That's awesome. This is a very Lee Meador story already.
And I could tell, even though I've never had a pedicure, it wasn't that good.
She didn't do a good job.
No.
I have zero experience in this. You're terrible at your job.
You're bad. Just like watching the Olympics. You see an Olympic athlete fail and you're like, oh, they suck.
Right, yeah.
So,
oh, man. Dude,
anyway.
One of my favorite things, Lee, about you is you will try the wildest things. And what I mean by that is like, okay, Lee will randomly show up to a baseball game without tickets or any way to get in. It's sold out and be like, I'm getting into this game. And oftentimes it happens.
Well, that's how I got into a Georgia football game.
It's crazy.
Did I tell you that story?
No.
So I was in Marietta, Georgia. This was 3 years ago for work training. And over the weekend, Georgia played Auburn in Athens, Georgia. I'm like,
That's massive.
this is called the Deep South rivalry, the oldest rivalry, SEC football or whatever. So I'm like, I'm going. And we had, I think 8 or so people in our training class, 2 vehicles. And they're like, yeah, you can take that one. So I took it, drove it. It was about a 2-hour drive. And some other people in the class ended up going too, but not with me. It was a husband and wife.
Yeah.
And so I get there, and I get to Athens late. And everybody's already been barbecuing all day, tailgating, everything, tents everywhere.
It's been going down.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, dang, I should have got here this morning. And
should have left at 3 a.m.
so couldn't find a place to park. Finally found a place to park, and I'm just walking towards the stadium, no ticket, and there's a guy outside on the street selling tickets. And I bought it. I think it spent $105. And he was wanting 120. I was like, this is what I got. He's like, okay, man, whatever, gave me his ticket. So I walk up to the stadium. It's awesome on Georgia's campus. My old college roommate, Danny Martin, is a big Georgia fan. So I've always watched Georgia and knew some of their players. And I get up there in line, waiting to scan my ticket and everything. And this old man's there, and I go in his line, and he gets a scanner out, and he's scanning it.
It's not working.
It's not scanning. I'm like, oof.
You got scammed, son.
And so I was like, man, I kind of covered the objection before he was like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
I was like, did I buy a fake ticket? I was like, I don't live here. I just drove 3 hours. And he looked at me and waved me in.
Oh, see, this is a very Lee Meador story.
Yeah, he waved me in. So I go down to sit in my fake seat.
Yeah.
That somebody else also has. And I'm on the 20-yard line, about 20 rows up.
Oh, you're good seats.
And yeah, it was a good seat.
Yeah.
And
Well, of course.
yeah,
right.
Midway into the first quarter, some folks come down. They're like, "Oh, you're in our seat." I'm like, "Yeah, I had a fake ticket. I was just waiting for you."
You just fessed up.
Yeah, I was like, and the guy next to me, it was pretty cool though. The guy next to me was, big Georgia fan, obviously, and his wife had made this purse for him.
Purse.
Yeah, it's a Ziploc bag with a strap.
No way.
And he hid little airplane alcohol bottles all inside of it, and he's just chugging. So
I feel like that happens at every collegiate football game and stuff.
oh yeah,
I remember
bet.
going to Texas, a Longhorn game and going in the restroom, and it was just lined with beer bottles everywhere. And it was alcohol free at that time. I don't know if it's still the same way.
I don't know. I've only been to 2 games, and
I know you couldn't have it in the stadium, as far as I know. And
yeah, maybe bowl games and stuff.
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember. I just remember thinking like, wait a second, this is not allowed.
Yeah,
they're just drinking in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that may not be a true statement. Maybe you can have alcohol. I think now I'm pretty sure you can, but I'm thinking
I'm not sure.
I was a teenager. I was young.
Okay.
And I remember somebody telling me like, no, that's illegal. I don't know. Anyways, that's irrelevant.
But anyway, it worked out. Ended up on the 50-yard line on the other side.
Even better seat.
Yeah.
Way better seat.
And
dude.
2 rows up. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
really cool.
I've seriously like.
How'd you end up?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So how did you end up over there?
Oh, the people that I knew,
Okay.
I just met in my class, her husband flew in, but they were over there because they were going to move down there and they're looking for something in Atlanta, so he was there, and they're like, "Come sit over here." So I did, and
Yeah.
worked out great.
I remember this. I think this was playoffs for Astros. Maybe
Oh, World Series.
World Series.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I forgot
check
about
this
that. I was
out.
thinking of another story.
And Lee sends our group a text, says, "I'm going to the game." And we're like, "Yeah, right, dude. How you going to get into this game? Sold out game."
Yeah.
Next thing I know, he sends us a picture from inside like the park. I'm like, "You got to be kidding me, this guy."
Yeah.
It's crazy.
My buddy and his wife live in Dallas, and he earned some tickets through his work. So he's coming down. He's like, "I'm going to the World Series." I'm like, "Dang!" And I was in my scrubs working, and
You went straight from work to the game.
yeah, I met them for
Because you
lunch
were in
downtown.
Houston.
I was, and so I was like, "I'll meet y'all downtown." And still in my mind, I was like, "Man, can I get in this game?" And so
I love this.
we're gonna go somewhere to eat. I got there before they did. I was like, "No, this place is terrible. We're not coming here." And then the second place I found was not even existent anymore. So by now it's raining, and I'm like, "Hey, we're going here." It's on the corner of, I forget the name of it, but anyway, it was downtown. It's raining. I was like, "We're going here." So they meet me there. Third option, and we're sitting there. And about 30 minutes into our lunch, these two guys are sitting 2 tables away or standing at one of those tall tables. And he walks over to us, and he's like, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know, I work with MasterCard, and we're giving away World Series tickets."
Oh, my goodness.
And I was like, And he's like, "All you have to do is, take a picture with your MasterCard if you have one." And I'm a Visa guy, I guess, because I didn't have a MasterCard.
That's funny. So did you borrow one?
Yeah, so my buddy's wife had one in her car, a block and a half away in the rain.
And you're like, "I'm going to get it."
Oh yeah, I took off running, went and got
Amazing.
it, took a picture, and
It
got in.
It said
It was a $1,200 something ticket too.
Ooh, son. It said Susan or something like that on it.
The name.
Yeah, Amber.
Amber.
But yeah, I forgot about that. That was
I just
awesome.
remember that because I remember you sending that picture. You're like, "I'm gonna get into this game somehow."
Yeah,
And then next thing I know, I get a picture like hours later.
yeah,
Right. We hadn't communicated about any of this. Hours later, I get a picture. He's inside.
Yep.
Like, you got to be kidding me, dude.
that was awesome. And
Oh man.
I was in the Super Bowl in 2004, but I signed up to volunteer for that. But I got to do a little bit more than I was supposed to. And then a few years ago, I was in North Carolina for work training. Over the weekend, I was like, "I'm going to Durham. It's 10 miles away." So I'm just standing around on the grounds of
That's funny,
Duke
dude.
University.
Yeah.
And do y'all know much about college basketball or the stadiums?
Nope.
Cameron Indoor Stadium, like one of the cathedral of college basketball. And
Well, yeah, Duke University,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
so I'm standing on the track, just walking around. This guy comes by on a gator, and so I kind of stop him and say, "Sir, do you work at Cameron Indoor too?" He's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Are you by yourself?" I was like, "I am." He goes, "Come on."
Dude, like what in the
Dude
world?
gives me a ride over to Cameron Indoor. I mean, it's like a
Wow.
30-second golf cart ride
Yeah.
over to Cameron Indoor.
Get you back door?
Yeah, he swipes his badge, opens the door, goes, "Have fun, man."
Wow.
Like the lights are, I mean, they have a few lights on in the place,
Yeah.
and there was some other family in there. That was it. And the whole thing, I'm just walking around,
Just
like
checking it out.
I'm on the court, like it's awesome. So, and then there's a doors like personnel players only. So kick that in like Van Damme, and you keep going. And I started walking back towards the locker room, and then Nolan Smith, you can Google him. He was on the championship team in 2010. He comes around the corner, takes a picture with me, and lets me in the locker room.
That's
So, anyway.
again a
Favor.
very Lee Meador story.
Lots of favor.
All right.
Anyway.
Let's start deep diving.
Yeah.
This is what makes me love you, Lee. No lie, because of these things. But we're gonna be talking. We're gonna do some parenting dad life things today. Oof. Well, it's. I think like. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you're the world's best dad.
Yeah.
But I think you're a fun dad, and I've seen you sacrifice a lot for your kids. So I think it's a good topic for us.
All right.
I really do. Really do. So Jake, you want to dive in? You got a question? If not, I do.
I got some that are probably a little deep for the first one. So go.
Okay. You think so?
I mean, I'll ask one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had one. Is how has being a father changed your life or your look at God? Like, the father-son relationship or father-daughter relationship. How has that changed your relationship?
He's
with
like,
the Lord?
they're kind of deep, but I got one that's not that deep. Boom. Bam. Straight in.
Say it again. How has your...
Yeah, so how has raising your children changed your relationship with the Lord? Like your perspective of how God views you?
That's a tough question, but it's a good one.
Well, being, a child of God and seeing that everything he's done for me, and, you mentioned sacrifice, Dale, that's the ultimate sacrifice Christ did, right? So I try to emulate that with my kids. I want my relationship with Christ to emulate what
your relationship between you and your kids.
my son and and my daughters. And my daughter. And it's I mean, obviously your walk with Christ is something that you continuously pursue. It's you never reach the mountaintop or anything like that.
Right.
It's a daily, pick up your cross. I want them to see Christ in me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for me to do that, I have to
die daily.
Yes.
And so it's like you're dying daily to Christ, but also every day you're dying to your kids.
Yeah. And I fail daily.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we've said this before, Jake and I both. Like, I love Jake's statement. I've said this probably every podcast, but he told Sage in one of their conversations, "Hey, this is my first time being a dad. Can you forgive me? Like, I'm not going to get it right every time."
Yeah.
And I love that statement.
I tell that to my third kid. It's my third time.
Right.
And it's not a charm.
Yeah. But no, man, for real, like I see you like father your kids, right? I see you as a fun dad, like you're like constantly on the go. It's constantly pool party at the house with all the kids around, it seems like, right?
Pretty much.
I mean, I don't live in your house. I know there's obviously lots that goes on, right? But I've seen you.
Yeah.
And you're a fun person to be around, and it translates so easily.
That's just because I want to get the most out of my pool money I spend.
Is that what it is? Oh, man. So this is kind of a deep question. As being the fun dad, okay?
Yeah.
How hard is it, or is it easy for you or not easy for you to also be like disciplinary?
No, I know. I mean, that's not a hard deal.
It's not. No. It's like, it's black and white for you?
Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of curious about that. It made me think about that. I was like, I wonder if Lee's like easily, or he disciplines easily, or if it's hard because, typically I most of the time I see you as like, you're laughing, fun.
Yeah.
Kids are jumping all over the place. We're having a good time. And then you transition to, no, dad's got time to whoop your butt, kind of thing.
So that actually happened the other day.
Okay.
I just got back in town. This was Wednesday. And Nicole, she calls me earlier that day, said, "Hey, can you move your flight up? Because all the youth are coming over
wow.
to the house and last minute." And I was like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I moved it up, not much, just an hour and a half. And I get home, barely see the kids because I'm, outside doing stuff and trying to get things ready. And then the kids go next door so all the youth can come over because we don't want the little kids,
sure,
interfering with their party. And so I didn't know, but I told them, "Yeah, y'all can come swim in just a little bit." I told them that. And
the kids?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were not supposed to swim. And so one of them got really upset.
This sounds like a story between me and Nikki because I say things all the time, and she's like, "You're going to do what?" And you told somebody what?
Yeah. So I was like, "Sorry, I was wrong. We can swim tomorrow." Okay, but kids think there's not going to be a tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're like,
Right.
So I'm out there and just trying to argue with me in front of people.
Not
I'm
happening.
Like, nope.
Yeah.
So took him aside, had a discipline. And so, yeah, it's
Yeah. I mean, I just didn't know like from like how, because like I said, I see you as a fun guy.
Yeah.
Like, is it easy for you to discipline your kids, or are you capable of it? Like, 'cause some people are not.
Oh, I know.
I don't know if you're the same way, but like if there's not discipline, then there's no fun. Like they get that because they're disciplined the right way.
Yeah.
Because outside of that, they're going to run all over you.
Yep.
No, yeah. I mean, kids are, as human beings, all of us are incredibly selfish.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Kids are at the highest level of selfishness.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's every day a constant struggle between you and their will, right? And not that we're trying to bend their will to force them, right? But at the same time, they need to understand that life doesn't revolve around them. You know?
Yeah.
So it's a constant battle. I mean, we face it every day with our kids. You know, yeah. There's a couple like absolutes in our house. Like if you do these things, like you're getting the belt. Like,
yeah.
Absolutes, right? If you lie about something,
sure,
you get the belt. You talk back to your mom, you get the belt. Those two right there, those two things happen, and like it doesn't matter what the circumstance really was. You lied about it. You talk back to your mom.
Do you make your kid go get the belt?
No, I haven't done that one. As a kid, I remember I remember picking my own switch off the tree. I remember that. Mom, why would you do that to me? She's not going to watch this. She may.
We were in Boot Barn for a belt for
a beating belt.
Get the one with the least amount of rhinestones on it.
Yeah. So we were there, and it was for Destiny's grandfather's funeral. But we were picking out belts to look nice and everything, and Sage is going through. She's like picking through them, and I'm like, "You better be careful."
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you're picking out the next one. She's kind of slowed down. She's like looking for the real thin ones. I'm like, nah, because she had this thick one with like big old rhinestones,
buckles or something on them.
I wouldn't pick that one.
Man, I was told once to go. It was my stepdad, and they had been married a couple years or so, and he said, "Go get the belt." So I go in the closet, and there's a lot of belts. So I get my mom's
little tiny belt,
and he spanked me with it. He also gave me props for picking that one.
Right, he's like, "All right, that was clever."
Yeah.
There's not
put your hands on.
There's not a belt scale. Like the thicker is like 1, the thinner it's like 6. Like
you get one lick or 6, your choice. No, this is funny. Like Briley negotiates.
Oh, yeah.
She tries to negotiate how many licks. She's like, "How many licks am I? How many am I getting?"
Yeah.
She wants to know. Like, so she like, is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Like, and the way I kind of parent like discipline like this, like, I try to let the amount of whips they get appropriate to what they've done.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, Briley got a spanking like yesterday, the day before, and she hit her sister for something that's silly, like you don't hit, period.
Yeah.
And then Nikki got onto her and she popped off to her. That's 2 licks. It should have been 2 for just the talk back, and 1 for the hit. You know, but. I know. I try to
that value. That's funny. Like how
it equates
against your mom. That's 2.
2. Yeah.
You know, like you have
value.
to separate.
Yeah.
Like when you go against mom, it's like it's freaking.
So she wants to know like before, and I think that's fair. I don't think like as a kid, I don't remember ever like okay, I'm getting a spanking. It could be 1 to 70. Like you just don't know, right? Until someone was satisfied and it wasn't me.
It's not you.
So like I tell her, I'm like, this is what you've done. You're getting this many licks because of it, pops because of it, right? And I feel like that's fair. I don't know if other parents do that, but I think it's a good way to do it. I really do.
Put them in the situation where I'm like, they've done it long enough now. I'm like, how many are you getting? You tell me what you deserve.
Yeah, she's like, that's a $5. That's a $5.
Yeah, and I'm like, I bring in like, do you want to be disrespected whenever you have your kids? I was like, I'm protecting your mom by saying you're not going to treat her this way. And in your house, when you get older, I want you to be treated like that. Yeah. You need to have respect. Your husband needs to step up for you.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to relay them to not just, oh, you're a kid, you're getting disciplined, but you're a future wife, you're a future mother. I'm trying to get you to where you need to be.
Yep.
So I don't know, but the
And how old are yours?
belt thing.
How old are your
10
girls?
and 9.
10 and 9. Okay.
Yeah, and they're like 10 months apart, so they fight like crazy.
Yeah.
I'll be Cameron and Bradley are 3 years apart, and they fight like crazy.
Well, I think
It's
they
like
just
every
fight
single.
in
That's
general.
just
Oh, yeah.
kids. That's
Yeah,
kids. You know.
Exactly.
So I mean, but yeah, it just depends on what they've done.
We probably sound like abusive fathers, but
I
I'm
know.
telling you, like I said yesterday, discipline is love. And I told my daughter, I'm like, if I'm not getting on to you, then we have a problem.
Yeah.
Because that means I don't care about your life at all.
Yeah.
So discipline is love. And she'll even tell me, she'll come up, she's crying. She's like, Dad, I know we got to do this. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, but I know you love me. This is discipline.
That's
And
awesome.
I even relate it
awesome,
to
yeah.
like with God.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, he disciplined your life and you get to places in life because of the things that you've gone through and he's disciplined you in them. And then I tell them that. And so I relate everything I do. And dude, sometimes you can discipline with the word, like not use it as a weapon,
Yeah.
but use it as a huge teaching tool.
Oh, not the sword.
Yeah, it's it's the sword when you use it like that.
Oh, no.
But I've had them break down in tears just talking about the word of God with them because it impacts their life.
Yeah.
Sometimes I can think it might be better than a belt,
it
but it
can
needs
be.
to be. They need to coincide.
They need
Sure.
to go inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like there's sometimes the conversation that happens before the spanking and after is equally as important as the punishment itself.
Yep.
100%.
Right? So the conversation for me and my girls whenever they get a spanking is, hey, you've done this wrong. You know this is not okay, and this is why you're getting in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm very clear about why they're getting in trouble. I'm not spanking you because I'm angry. I'm not mad.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I have been mad.
And sometimes you look out of control, probably, but
Yeah.
inside you're like, I'm in control of the situation. Like, D will come up, she'll be like,
And they make you. And
you
they
need
make
to
you
calm down, huh?
Yeah, they make you really angry.
They can,
but
yeah.
you don't want to spank them.
You don't.
Yeah.
At that point.
That
angry
belt,
either.
yeah, we have to clarify because people
Yeah.
are like listening
Yeah.
or watching.
Yeah.
You brought up a good point. There is a conversation that's happening. It's not like we go in our room, whip the kid, and leave.
Yeah.
Like I've had 45 to an hour and 30-minute conversations.
Dr.
after-
Phil went off.
Oh yeah. You think you have it bad? You wait till I'm in
Hey,
a
you
room
need
and
to go
you're
get a
trapped in a
pedicure
corner.
once, Dr. Phil.
Oh, man.
Oh, I put a seat and I want eye contact. Like I will be in your face. I want you to look me in the eyes because
Yeah.
I don't want, if
Yeah.
you're distracted, you're not listening, but more so, if you're going to do that crime, you better man up and look me in the eyes. Like
Yeah.
I want to know that you hear what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I've had to stare my kid down like so many times. It's like, I wonder, like, are you even listening?
That's funny.
Like, does this even work? Cause I'll even tell her, like, we had an hour discussion yesterday. Like, what are you learning from this?
Yeah.
But yeah, that belt does not swing when you're angry.
Yeah.
No.
You
So,
know.
I mean, it's super important. And I think that's why, like, spankings have gotten a bad rap
Yeah.
because discipline has been done in the wrong way and
Exactly.
in the wrong hands so many times, right? It can be an abusive thing.
Sure.
And that's not the point,
Yep.
right? So, conversation. Here's
Yeah.
why you're in trouble.
Kids always ask why.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, no.
can I have some candy? No. Why?
Yeah.
Why? So
Yeah.
tell them why they're getting a spanking.
That's right. And
Ask
you know what? They know.
yeah.
They do.
Absolutely no, right? But still, I still clarify. Here's how many licks you're getting because Briley likes to know.
Yeah.
And then whenever the spanking's done, I hug them, kiss them on top of the head, and tell them I love them.
Yep.
And then I make them apologize for whatever they've done.
Yeah.
That's the next step.
Yeah, you were saying communication
Yeah.
is big, like really making them go out of their comfort zone and go talk to somebody that they've offended or something like that.
Yeah,
Because kids just don't do that anymore.
they don't do
They
that.
don't have a voice
It's
anymore.
super
like,
important.
Yeah.
text, you know.
Well, yeah, we talked about that the other
Yeah,
day.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Trying to recap on that.
Yeah, we were talking about communication is like fallen by the wayside. Like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? Because of technology, like especially recently because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
People don't have
Even-
to communicate, and then
Yeah. Like you think about it, like some people for weeks probably didn't even talk to people, like other than like through a text message,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Facebook or something.
yeah.
Facebook, whatever it is, right? But
Or
actually,
it's funny because like you see their life on Facebook and then you associate that with communication. Like, oh, I've been seeing them like all the time. You talk to somebody like,
Yeah.
I've been seeing you go on vacation or I've seen
Yeah,
what all
yeah.
you
Yeah.
doing. It's like, we haven't talked, but
Yeah.
that may be years apart. You're like, yeah, I've been seeing you grow up. I'm like, okay.
Man, I hate social media for that reason. I really do.
It's
This is
just
a-
a
it's
easy
a-
way to get out of a conversation.
Huh?
It's easy way to quit the
Yeah.
conversation.
No, I just feel like too many people look at people's social media life and think they have it all together.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
that too.
You know what I mean? So you like see somebody's profile and you see these pictures and they're smiling, this or that, and they just had it out with their husband or wife or whatever. You know what I mean?
We ought to video all that stuff.
Yeah, start
Video us like our kids getting in trouble and
having that argument about who the dishes or whatever.
Exactly.
That's the important stuff. Facebook would be way better then.
yeah.
Lee, we talked about a song.
Yeah, we did.
I don't even know it at all. I told you I was going to listen to it. I never did. I turned it on and I got busy and I never listened to it. Let's talk about it real quick because it was about being a father. Is that correct? The song is about being a father.
Yes.
Okay.
So y'all have heard of Shane and Shane.
Yeah.
They've been around forever. Well, they wrote a song. I don't know when it came out. A while back, let's say that. And it's called "The One You Need." So it talks about it's a guy singing to his daughter. You can replace this, with the son, whatever. But a daddy singing to his girls is just even more special. Look, I love my boys.
Yeah.
And so a guy told me this. Rodney Finger, he owned Finger's Furniture. When I used to work at Chick-fil-A, we sold some food in one of his stores, and he said, boys are great, but my daughter's special. And I get it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't love her more than the others. It's just different.
It's just different.
Yeah. Especially when you only have one. So
that's
Yeah, I got two. One's disposable. If one goes away, we're still good.
yeah.
I'm kidding. Relax.
But anyway, it's a song from a dad to his daughter, just saying how proud he is that she's his daughter, and
Well, read some of the lyrics. You have the lyrics in front of you?
yeah, I'm looking at them right now. I don't want to read the whole song,
is that paraphrasing through it.
Yeah. Okay.
but I'll just he says, "Hey, sweet daughter, I'm so proud to be your father. Each day is like a gift from God." And then he goes through some more, but then the chorus is what
Strikes you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it says, "I wish I could be your everything, be the one who man, who wrote this? Be the one who give you all the things you need. Sometimes I'm going to let you down." So a lot of times we're going to let him down, right? I mean, we fail daily.
Yeah.
And but there's a way if you just believe, he'll be your hero like he's always been for me. Daughter, Jesus is the one you need.
So he says, from what I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, he says, I want to be these things for you, but
I want to
be. But I'm going to fail. But Jesus is always going to be there if you believe.
Yeah.
Woo.
And he says, I wish I could be your everything.
Yeah.
So he's already saying,
He's admitting.
I'm not.
I'm not. Yeah.
And but he's leading her, he's pointing her to Christ.
Yeah.
And that's my job.
That is 100%
as a
job.
dad.
Yeah.
That is, I think Colby was preaching the other day about, we just started a topic, family matters. Maybe he didn't say this, but it's been said before, maybe he did, I don't remember. Nicole and I were talking about it. But you want your kid to grow up, be successful, right? Raise a family. You want your kid to do well in school, make money. You want them to do all these things.
Right.
But does any of that matter if they
don't know
Christ?
Yeah, it doesn't.
That's our number one priority.
Yeah.
And it's not easy.
No.
Like I don't sit and read with my kids as much as I should.
Yeah.
Make it a habit, Lee.
Yeah.
I mean, this show's about becoming better. Make it a habit, dude. Seriously. It's that important, man.
So, and
that's your challenge.
Yeah. We just get so busy.
Yeah.
I say that in quotes. Are we really busy?
Yeah. No. So here's, Brad, I was talking to Brad yesterday. Actually, Brad Smith sent me a text yesterday. He said, because we're always talking about mindset and improvement and the gym everywhere. And he said, are we busy being busy or are we actually accomplishing anything? Right? And that's what happens too many times, especially at home life.
Yeah.
We get busy doing what? Nothing important a lot of times. Mm-hmm. And we'll neglect stopping and reading the Bible with our kids.
Yeah.
Because we're busy cutting our toenails.
Probably needs to happen, Dale.
It did. I did that at 4 o'clock.
Or go get a pedicure.
I did that at 4 o'clock this morning, right? Before I came to the gym to coach.
Wait, you did what?
I cut my toenails.
Oh.
No, I read the Bible with my kids.
You woke them up.
Yeah. Hey, let's go.
They come in. What's that clicking noise, Dad? Well, kids, join around while I cut my toenails. I'm going to read through the word.
Sometimes you got to clip off the bad things in your life.
Yeah. Turn it into a parable.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to find something. It was talking about, spending time with your kids, but not empty time.
Oh, yeah.
And I think empty time can be related to just
Watching
TV time.
watching
Yeah.
TV or even swimming in the pool. I mean,
I would,
but
okay. Yeah.
Well, if they're swimming over here, you're swimming over here.
That's
yeah.
Man, I think that anytime you're spending time with your kids and you're interacting, it's valuable.
Yeah.
So I would negate that. If you're
But just sitting around the house.
Well,
Yes.
like you said, whenever that it happened, that you're on the couch, they're dancing.
Yeah.
You're spending time with them, but
Yeah.
you really started spending time when you got up and you started dancing with them.
Exactly.
That's where
Exactly.
that's
Yeah.
the moment that you're looking.
Yeah, because they'll remember that. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dad used to dance with us.
Dad
in the
looks like
living
an
room.
idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets me. Like sometimes on social media, you'll see it, but they've like filmed their daughter and the dad dancing like
Yeah.
when they were babies,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
throughout their life until they were married, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that gets me bad.
Does it?
Does
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Dude, Collins used to love Beauty and the Beast. She had a Belle dress, and sometimes I'd like buy her a rose when I come home. And
That's awesome, dude. See,
She-
this guy's a good dad, man.
she would call me Beast.
That's hilarious.
And she would put on her dress and get her rose, and we would play Tale as Old as Time
yeah,
and dance. And she loved it. I'm about to start.
God, I was about
that's
to say,
awesome, bro.
But anyway, so
I can't tell if you're crying or sweating.
no, I'm tearing up.
Yeah.
But we haven't done that in forever.
Yeah.
But now
How old is she now?
6. She'll be
Yeah.
7 in October.
yeah.
That would be, you would die
Jake-
at a wedding
Jake
playing
would be-
that song and dancing to it.
Oh
Jake
yeah,
would be
telling you
no,
right
we're
now.
going to.
Look,
Yeah,
I
it's
just got
happened.
goosebumps because I deal with that like every weekend.
Yeah.
Like you see people's lives unfold on a wedding, and you see people brokenhearted because it's like a happy brokenhearted.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Like that dad, if he's a good dad, like I told you this before.
Yeah.
If you have a good dad, you can tell at a wedding. If you don't, you can definitely tell at a wedding. But
Yeah.
the good ones, it's a very impactful. Like Dee
Events.
cries almost
Yeah.
every wedding.
Yeah.
But she lost her dad, so she
Yeah.
sure to have that moment with him. But
Yeah.
when you've done your job right, you'll know it because they're gonna come back to you and let you know it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah.
it was cool.
Thanks for telling that, lady.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I mean, it's
That's
like
awesome.
the 5th time someone's almost cried on our show. And Dell and I are always the guys.
Y'all cried on here?
I mean, we've choked up and teared up pretty easy.
Several times. Yeah.
When we talked about how the Lord impacted our lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
talking about our family, kids, and how the Lord has how He changed our lives. Yeah, for
Yep.
sure, man. Dude, that was a cool story, Lee. But you touched on something important, like I think when you talked about empty time with your kids, right? And I think that we've touched on this definitely. Impactful moments, or just even not even impactful moments, just making sure that you're doing something with them, right?
Yeah.
And it's more than sitting on the couch while they're doing something,
Yeah.
or just watching TV. Because I can sit down and turn on a movie and call that family time, and we do it almost every Friday night, right? But at the same time, the 5 minutes of me standing up to dance with my 3 kids as they're acting like idiots and I'm acting like an idiot, they'll remember that way more
Yeah.
for years.
Also, do you have your phone on you while you're watching the movie?
So you haven't watched our episodes. So Lee, I took a challenge that we had.
Myself.
Yeah, we.
Just
yeah,
what?
He
I just told on myself.
Yeah, that he hasn't watched our episodes.
I've been busy lately.
What was it? I don't know, like episode 2.
Maybe.
I don't know. We're like 50,000 deep, so I can't remember.
Yeah.
The challenge was when I get home, the phone goes away
For a month. Yeah.
for a month.
Yep.
I'm gonna try it because I'm always busy.
Are you doing that right now?
Yes. So I go home. When I walk in the door,
I'm gonna start calling you for fun.
so check this out. I
I texted him last night
Oh,
in
yeah?
response to like right before he goes to bed.
when I get in
Sure.
But I
bed,
didn't do it till like I was just feeding you information. I wasn't, like, trying to get
So when I get back in bed, like as I go to sleep, I'll check to see if there's anything, and then I'll put it back on. It was on the nightstand, but yeah. When I get home, I put the phone away, and I try not to touch it. That's the goal. So it's been going really well. Like last night, I actually put it on the windowsill above the sink. And Nikki asked me something about this or that in my phone. Just like, look on your phone. And I'm like, so I walked over there to grab it. And I dropped it in the sink as she's washing dishes on a pan of like where she had just cooked bacon. So it was all greasy. So I was like, ugh, unimportant. That's content, baby.
Yeah.
Now my phone smells like bacon. It's kind of cool.
You wake up and just smell your phone.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, it's been going good though.
He's licking his phone as he's talking on it.
Bacon wrapped iPhone.
Got anything else, Jake?
Yeah, I don't know. I got some other ones.
Come on, dude. Ask another question.
Wow, man.
What?
Going.
What?
No, something came to my mind a minute ago.
Was if you do have something pop
Yeah,
up,
I
just
remember.
jump in.
Yeah.
Kick me in the leg real hard.
Yeah.
All right.
One of the two.
I'll pull your leg hair.
He shaves his legs. There's no leg hair.
Yeah, there's some on there.
Shave your legs?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Why?
I was kidding,
My
but
wife, she's told me forever. She's like clean shave. So I was like, all right, I'll shave everything then. All the way around to my head. I'm
Except
bald.
here?
Dude,
This is it right
shaving for me is like
That's an
an
ordeal.
all-day
freaking experience. When you take a buzzer from your ankle all the way up over the top of your head. Yeah, beard and all. Yeah.
Man, do you ever put your, tape it to a stick so you don't have to, bend down and keep hurting your back?
No. But that, honestly, what started it was playing football and wrapping my ankles.
Oh, yeah.
Tearing that hair out. I didn't like walking around with half a leg shaved.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm just going to freaking shave the whole thing. So
And then it just became a habit.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually, it's a lot cooler, and you wouldn't believe it, but you can tell a
Really?
huge difference when you get that hair off. I'm not even kidding you. Anyways.
That'd be a lot whiter, too.
Yeah. But yeah, so I got some couple of more questions. I did like the point that you said about directing them to the Lord, because there's a couple times that my kids have told me, they're like, Dad, you're the best dad I could ever have. And I'm like, well, that's great. And then over time I taught them there's one greater than me. He's a great father. And then that's just how I got them interested in it. But now they'll tell me, Dad, you're the second best dad I have. And I'm like, thank you.
The best dad is Jose. He's down the street.
Jose.
The milkman.
Yeah.
The milkman. I now remember what I was going to say. So I don't know if y'all have run into this yet, because you have two girls. So they're obviously going to be interested in some other things that you probably not, like princesses and dancing and all this other stuff. But so I have three kids. They're all completely different. Colby is 9. He is really smart.
He's the intellect for sure.
Very much so. He's a very matter of fact. So his sense of humor is
It's super dry.
not like mine.
Yeah.
Doesn't care for sports, but he's very artistic.
Dude, the dude is an artist. Plays
He's very
piano.
artistic, and he played piano. He's never had lessons, but he
Wow.
can just sit there and play. And he's just interested in tons of animals. He knows things that I don't know, obviously, and or would never research.
Right. Care to know.
Collins, 6. She just wants to party all the time. Cooper, pretty much the same.
Yeah,
And
they're party animals.
yeah, they're party animals.
Cooper is wild.
Cooper's nuts.
Yeah.
Cooper's he can do backflips in the swimming pool. He's 5. He taught himself how to swim. He fixes his hair before he goes to the neighbor's house. He's ready.
Like a little gentleman.
Yeah.
He's a little Lee Meador.
He's very dapper.
He's a very Lee Meador
And,
guy, for real.
But Colby, sometimes it's like I'm not interested in some of that stuff, but you've got to make time and get interested in the things they're interested in.
Yeah.
And so today he's got a 1-year follow-up on his open heart surgery. And so I'm taking him up there, and we're going to go to his appointment, and then I'm going to try to, what do you want to do? So I don't get much one-on-one with him
Yeah.
because the other two
Are so demanding.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, because
now they're older, but Colby's they like to
he can go stick his nose in a book or something and be quiet for hours.
Yes.
Yeah. I know that.
easily.
Yeah.
So
He just disappears almost.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to the opportunity, just me and him.
Yeah.
But.
So, yeah, you're talking about uniquely spending time with each kid because of their different interests. It's really hard to do for parents, for a lot of parents. And here's why, is because they want their kids to be like them. Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. And it's super hard for adults to accept somebody who's completely different than them, right?
Yep.
It's natural for us to want, for me to want my kids to be into fitness and want to play sports. Dude, my kids don't care about sports at all. Mm-hmm.
It seems like something across this generation. And
so Cambry, she played soccer when she was little, and I coached her, and she enjoyed it for a couple of years. And then, she showed some interest. Here's the thing with her, she gets really embarrassed about things. So she doesn't step out. So boys typically are totally different. If they want to do something, they're typically yeah, I'm just going to go do it.
And if we look like an idiot,
we don't care.
We don't care.
Exactly. But she does, right? So this year she's going into junior high, 7th grade. Man, blows my mind, dude. And she's wanting to play volleyball. Mm-hmm. So I love volleyball.
Same.
So if she's just now shown interest, I'm talking about within 2 weeks, she's gone to 2 open gyms now.
Yeah. Y'all play at home?
No, we haven't.
Pepper.
I mean, we have hit the ball around a little bit, but not really at all.
Yeah.
And so I'm super excited. I hope that this starts a little bug in her, and she enjoys it. And then it's something we can do together. Yep. Something different, something new. So I'm pretty excited about it. Pretty cool.
I like that you said that you take the individual time, like a daddy-daughter date. Man, that thing sticks with them so hard. I don't know if you've done some of those, or just go do something with one kid and leave the other one at home. That's a huge feather in their cap. They feel important. They feel special. Not just to the daughters, but I mean, I think dads would I was with my dad all the time by myself. We drive to go to academy or do something like that. But to take time with a daughter and do that and treat it like a date, and treat them how a man should treat them, what they're looking for. That's such a big thing. And we talked about this before too, is you have to be careful of who you are to your wife and to your children, because your daughters are watching you. Yep. And they're eventually going to look for a man like you, whether you're an abusive man or whether you're...
Because that's what they know.
That's what they know.
What they see.
And they'll be attracted to it because it's what they've been in their whole life, So it's important that you take that time, and which leads me to one of my things I was going to ask you. What is the most rewarding thing
segue there
of being a father?
What's most rewarding?
Yeah, for you to be a father.
Man,
that's a tough question, Jake. He's thinking he's throwing you up like a little toss.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, there's a home run.
Well,
and Lee's dribbler down third base line.
The most rewarding thing so far is Colby is a believer. Colby,
he's 9. He's old enough. 9. He's old enough to understand salvation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I still ask him just to, last night we were talking about some stuff, and I still ask him just to ensure that he knows what he was doing, and just wasn't an emotional.
Yeah. Everybody else is. Yeah, everybody else is doing it. Yeah.
So that's the most rewarding thing, is he's accepted Christ. And
that brings up a really good point. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
What's your point?
The point is that we often, as parents, think our role as parents, and you've already said this, our role as parents is to raise kids to be successful and to get this job or whatever it is. Or right. And our number one goal
is status and all that stuff.
Yeah. And our number one goal is to point them to Christ, right? And we've talked about this a little bit too, Jake, where we, as a parents or as fathers, we feel like our number one role is to provide, right? And it is very high on the list. It becomes a priority, and that's how we end up talking about the whole cell phone thing. Was because, to me, a lot of the things that I'm doing on my phone at night, I feel like I'm providing, because it's communication, it's gym this or that, making a post. It's reviewing something on a workout. It's somebody asking a question about something at the gym.
Yeah.
It's unimportant at the time. But to me, I feel like in my mind, not even like in the forefront, but in the back of my mind, I'm providing.
Sure.
And it takes prevalence over being a father who, is present and is pointing my kids to Christ.
Yeah. And I think we touched base on like if God take that relationship with the Lord, if he provided for you everything you need, but you had no intimate relationship with him, that's what that feels like. And a lot of dads, and it's sad because a lot of dads, they feel like a great dad by providing.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing.
Because their kids have the latest Hot Wheel or the newest
which I've seen
whatever.
both
Sounds like Santa Claus. Just, hey, I'm going to come dump a bunch of gifts here.
This is what it is.
But it does happen that way
it happens
because they're making money. They don't have time. And so they feel compelled to purchase love from them. Mm-hmm. And it works a couple times. And then I've seen it in life and have examples of it, of kids that have said to me, like, that stuff's great, but I just want my parent. Like eventually that runs out and then they're just starving for a relationship.
Well, you see it bleed over into their adulthood too.
Oh yeah.
I've seen people who try to purchase friendship for relationships. So they feel like their way to become friends with somebody is to buy them something. And there's nothing wrong with buying your friends gifts. So don't.
Yeah. I buy stuff for people because I like to, not I'm trying to earn your friendship.
Exactly. Right.
Dale, I need a new bow. Just letting you know. It'd be great.
Oh, no. Well, let's see. I'm broke. Sorry, buddy.
No, I bought 2 drinks yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I made $2. Yeah. Not even quite. Yeah. Right at $2. But yeah, try to purchase friendship. And it's taught, though. I believe it's taught at home.
Yeah.
Their parents are teaching them that, hey, you're upset. Let me buy you something.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. You're at the store and your kids throw a fit because they want something. And the easiest way to get them to shut up is to buy it for them.
Not in my house.
Yeah.
There ain't no way.
You scream and yell at my house about buying something?
We'll drop everything. I'll just leave the shopping cart there.
Even
Nicole's done it too.
Even the toilet paper you need, you're like, no.
Yeah. Neighbor's got some.
That's awesome.
Like one time Collins was acting up in Target. Nicole just pushed the cart away. Said, we're leaving.
Dude, just rolled out.
You know how hard it is for a woman to leave Target too. Like Collins must have been bad. I wasn't there.
I'll tell you what I did one time. It's probably, it's just a way to discipline, I guess. We were at a place and they were like disgusted at the meal that I purchased them. They didn't say thank you or nothing. Ooh. I made them pay for it.
How old?
It's like, I'm not
like 4.
They had enough to have some money on it. They're like 6 or 7.
Money that you gave them. Like
yeah, I was. Yeah, really.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm not going to pay for your meal. Yeah. You're not grateful for it. Like, it's not, the food wasn't nasty. It's just, they didn't want that right then. And I'm like, you're not going to tell me what you're going to eat.
They would have ate it like an hour later.
I mean, I'm going to give them food that they want.
Sure.
But to be like appalled by the fact that I was paying for their meal, I was like, you get to live here. Like, that's my room in there that you're not keeping clean.
That's not your room.
And I tell them that too. And it's sad because you want them to have possession.
Sure.
But that room can be given to them.
But you want them to take ownership of it.
You do. And if they don't take ownership of it, if I see something laying in the floor, it goes in the trash. I bought it. And if you don't like it to get thrown away, show that you care about what I purchased you. That's money.
Ooh, Jake is
dude, on the discipline side, I'm pretty good as far as that stuff is. But if you saw behind the doors of the loving side, that the time I take, like hour, 40 minutes talking, ensuring that I love you as a father, that's where it's like. But there's some tricks out there now thank you for our meal, Dad. Thank you, Dad. I know it was a lot to pay for a meal tonight. Thank you. I'm like, that's what I wanted you to get. Not to be a mean dad, not to make you pay for your own meal. That trait, that characteristic is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
being thankful.
Yeah.
My grandpa taught me
Or grateful.
when I was younger to say thank you no matter what. I mean, if somebody did something for me, you say thank you. He used to give me $5 a week. And I didn't tell him thank you one week. Never got that $5 again.
He's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's 100. He'll be 101 in October. And he hasn't given me a $5 bill since.
You messed
You
up.
know how rich you
You could be rich right now.
I know. No, I mean, he's done other things, obviously. But funny thing about him, so a friend of mine, Rachel Critchfield, she's a physical therapy person. She goes over there and like has him walk around as much as he can. Usually makes about one lap around the house and he's done. But she texted me the other day, said, just wanted you to know your 100-year-old grandpa just renewed his driver's license.
That's not safe at all, dude.
No. But
that's not safe at
anyway,
all.
funny.
All right, man.
Give him $5 a month that he doesn't drive.
Yeah.
Right?
So
You're like, you're reversing the roles. And if he doesn't say thank you,
You take his license away.
yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, man. You got anything else, dude?
You know, having kids and our number one priority is to lead them to Christ. And
Yeah.
That's, you know.
Recap.
Yep.
That's it right there. All the other stuff we talked about, unimportant.
Yeah.
Seriously, though.
I'm glad y'all. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah.
This was fun.
I didn't prepare my radio voice.
Oh, you got a great
I didn't know if
radio
I
voice.
needed to change it a little bit.
Even lower.
Jake has such a low voice, it covers for all of us. He's
You
like,
ever listen to yourself?
oh, I hate
later?
it. I hate it listening to my voice. Yeah, it's terrible.
It's like, why did people listen to me? Or like, how did I get married? It's just
married?
like, oof.
There's many more ways that I wonder why you got or Nicole married you, but it's not your voice.
Got to be the beard. Did you have a beard then?
No. I mean, I had a little bit of facial hair. Had more like the chin strap thing.
Yeah, he's always been well groomed.
But,
he's been well groomed since I've known him.
Yeah, it looks like it's cut pretty well.
I spent some time on
He
it.
does. He grooms, like, seriously.
You got a good head of hair too, huh?
Dude, he's got great
Dude,
hair.
I'm kind of losing it though right here.
Getting a little widow's peak?
You can't tell. No, it's not a widow's peak, but I have to fix my hair a certain way. And you can see, like, because of wearing a hat quite a bit. And then my barber was like, yeah, if you wear a dirty hat, it's even worse. But the hair's just, like, really short right there.
Interesting.
But
Listen, man. Lee is always well groomed and always has, especially like, it's funny, like you'll see him walk in his scrubs. He's in medical sales, if y'all just to throw that out there. So he'll walk in his scrubs. His hair is like perfectly flowing sideways and this perfectly manscaped beard. And Nicole's the same way. Like, her hair, she walks in the gym like perfect flipped over hair like every day, full workout, whole thing, and she flips it over and it looks perfect. I'm like, both of them have like really nice hair. It's weird.
I don't know. But I'll show you a picture of my dad in a little bit. We got a lot coming.
Really?
Oh man,
What does that mean?
hair loss.
Oh no.
Here, let me show you real quick.
How old are you now?
37.
When did he lose his hair?
My dad. I don't know.
I would think
So you're
past that point.
You're anticipating it already.
Oh, I'll show you.
Dude, I'm lucky, man.
Is he salt and pepper? Because you're gonna look dope if you're salt and pepper when
Bam.
you're older. He's salt and pepper.
Yeah.
He's got a big beard too.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but he just recently shaved it.
His beard.
Yeah, because I guess he got bored.
Do you
That's
ever
what
do
happens, right?
Do you ever get bored and just shave it or no?
No.
Oh,
Wow.
big
It-
change. Yeah.
Sorry, Lee's dad. For that reaction.
Did y'all see that Don Cheadle, I think it's Don Cheadle and Kevin Hart bit?
No.
He has like this.
Oh yeah. He's like, how old are you? He's like 50 something. He's like, oh, something.
Like Don Cheadle's like, it's like, sorry. It's hilarious.
His reaction was so bad.
It is so bad. He's like 58, I think he said. He's like, it was pretty good. Anyways. All right, let's wrap it up. Lee Meador,
right.
thank you, sir.
Yep.
Ultimate dad dude.
Glad to be here.
All right.
Dude,
Been fun.
I wanted him back on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come back.
Not Colby, though. Colby was boring. I'm kidding.
Oh, that's
No, he's a pastor. He's gonna want money to come back on here.
Probably so. Yeah, he's going to pass the offering plate between me, just me and Jake. He's like, here, back and forth.
Yeah.
like,
All right,
Anyway.
dude. Wrapping it up. Lee Meador, out.
All right.
We out of here. Goodbye. We're gone.
Goodbye.
High five. You want one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, baby.